Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis updated commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together. And if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all these topics and subjects looking for potential investment opportunities and sharing those opportunities with everyone. I also share what I'm doing, how I'm positioning my portfolio. You can see my purchases. You can see my portfolio, not the account values, but you can see what I overweighted and underweighted, or equal weighted, I should say. And you can see all those companies. You can also see my real-time purchases as we go through it. If you're interested, we have a coupon code special, 50% off the first month only, and a larger discount on the yearly membership if you'd like to switch to a yearly membership. All right, guys, let's take a look, see what's going on with today. So we've got a slightly stronger dollar, basically flat. We've got weaker yields. So I expect this to turn lower over time. That's what Bessent and Trump want. And in order to do that, you need weaker yields. So is this going to be a some sort of pattern coming on down that we eventually break to the downside? That would be my expectation. When we get the lower dollar, that is when commodities get these bull markets historically. Bull market, every single one. The 2-year yield, this is what's going to drive the bull market. It's weaker yields. Now they're gonna run into some problems here. The problems are they need oil to go down, but oil is really cheap. And in order to do this, they're going to probably have to send the economy potentially into a slowdown recession if they actually want weaker yields. If they don't want to weaken the economy and they get scared to do it, then we have to look at yields to find support where they are. We're getting a little bit of support today. It's difficult because they're spending a lot in the system in terms of fiscal deficits, which is going to hold this upward. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to spend fiscal deficits and then talk out of their mouth of lowering interest rates so they can roll over all this debt into lower yields. I don't know how they're going to do this. It's a difficult task. We'll see what happens here. If they're successful at bringing this down, I think the dollar will drop. If they're not, the dollar could stick around. It could still drop even if yields do go up. It depends what other yields around the world are doing too. Because this is a DXY is a relative strength indicator. This could be a double bottom as well. So let's get more data. Let's see what happens over time here. The 10-year yield was down. They pushed it down, I think, and then it was bought back up. I should say bonds were sold back up throughout the day here. So the bottom's here, and we closed here. So that's that wick at the bottom of a daily candlestick, and that's the wick at the bottom there. So it didn't finish very strong to the downside. It was down 1%, but there was some buying pressure there. And then the 30-year also was down today, but it also left with these wicks at the top, which means that there is selling pressure in bonds to get the yields to come back up throughout the day. TYX TNX ratio is flat. It's trying to break out of this, and we'll see if we can get a break and a run. If it breaks and runs, it's a tailwind behind gold. Bond prices were up slightly today with yields being down. And there we are today. Now we've got a lot of overhead resistance to break through a lot if we are going to make a move higher. So we can watch that together here as we can see if it can potentially break. You can also throw maybe trend lines through here. There's a lot of overhead resistance coming ahead of us. And it's all above us. All these trend lines are resistance above us. The 2 and the 10, we got the yield curve inverted. So we had the 2 fall less than the 10-year, and that inverted it. So it shot up a little bit here today with the yield curve inverting. Not that great for gold. Gold likes the yield curve to uninvert and yields go down and the dollar go down. So gold was flat. It still looks good. We've had a monster run out of gold. I think that your buy points, your buy points were down, here and here. The breakout, the retest, like these would have been good times to be buying it, depending on how aggressive you are or were. Up here, it's still a buy, like from a long-term perspective. In the short term, I don't like buying things that have run this much. So I go and I look at stuff like silver. Silver just recently broke out of its pattern here. And I've got a nice little fractal going on here. This one's been a little bit more recently broken out, and I think this has a more room to run. So I like silver more than gold at this time. I also think platinum looks ridiculously good because we haven't even broken out of the squeeze yet. So this is the setup that I would be looking at versus maybe something like gold. Gold's gone up, and what people generally do is they'll look at gold, they'll see that this one's lagging, and they'll say, "Oh, I don't want this one." And then they chase the price performance, and they say, "Oh, I'm going to go buy gold." That's what most people do. I'm the opposite. I'd rather go after the stuff that hasn't broken out, that's low, and the value is there, and the ratios are good. Palladium also down low today. It's flat day today, but it's still really low. It's had a big pullback. Things still look good to move higher here over time. GDX is down slightly, GDXJ is down slightly, and SILJ is down a little bit more than the gold counterparts. But this still looks good to go higher. There's no big selling pressure, no reversal candlestick, nothing like that. Still looks good. XAU to gold ratio, again, super cheap. We are up a little bit today where the miners outperformed gold itself. And I think we could see a big move in the future for gold and silver mining companies to outperform gold. It hasn't occurred yet. A lot of people are asking, well, why hasn't it occurred yet? Wrong answer. Will occur. Be patient. You're not going to find the why. Maybe there's a billion whys that you could make up. Crude oil down 0.4% today. That's that bloody nose that we get after a big up candlestick. We want to see follow through to the upside. We don't want large red candlesticks. So we could have another small down day or something like that, create some flag pattern, and then break. Sometimes it rips right off this bloody nose and starts moving higher. So think of it as like these little big moves with small downward candlesticks like that. What's weird here is we never got a reversal candlestick here. And this is when Trump and all those guys were talking about we needed lower oil rates. It's almost like they stepped in here and did something, whatever that something is. TTF gas up 4.5%. This still looks bullish to me. We're breaking out of that. Looks good to go higher. Good setup. We've got natural gas down 4% in America, right above support. We're getting a lot of resistance right where we're at. Boy, XOP, yeah, you know me, up 0.55% today. We had a bullish engulfing yesterday. This is a bullish formation to go higher. Bullish formation. It's a flag pattern. OH also up higher today, 1.5%. Usually you don't start to see these big up candlesticks like this unless you're going to go higher. And again, we'll wait and see. We don't have a ton of selling pressure here. They're big green candlesticks. If we get small selling pressure candlesticks, that will be a bullish formation if it plays out that way. Newcastle coal futures are up 0.37%. This looks like it's trying to bottom here. Nice little double bottom going on, and I do think we could see this work its way on up. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust is up 1% today. That is looking good. This is a bullish formation into a bullish engulfing, which generally will work its way on up. We've got uranium up 0.5% in the futures pricing. It looks like it's trying to put in a bottom. That looks good. We've got URA up 0.7%. That one doesn't look as good as some of the other charts here. URANM doesn't look too bad. A little bit of little candlesticks at the bottom. And then URNJ, another one that's got a hammer candlestick. I personally would be a buyer here. Not stating that's what you should do, but I would be a buyer here trying to buy a double bottom for a move higher. Why would that be the case? Go look at your Sprott Physical Trust. This is a bullish formation to go higher. And then go look at your uranium futures pricing. It's trying to turn here. lot of the times you'll see your equities, people will start positioning. So then you got to dive into the equities. This is your 5-day chart. And you get these kind of like double bottoms starting to go on there. And that is a bullish formation. If we can break, that would be a good bottom there. What I try to do is I try to buy this bottom. That's what I would try to do. I'd buy like here. I'd come in. I'd see it come up. I'd probably buy here. And that's how I would do it. And then, I'm sticking my neck out, telling you guys, this is what I would do. And I would be trying to buy here. Now, I'm a believer in the long-term thesis. I'm a believer in commodity bull market. So if I enter this and I'm early, let's say it does something like that or goes down even more, I just have to wait because the valuations are at my back and the market conditions are changing favorably for commodities. Copper is up 0.05%, still looks good, not a ton of selling pressure here. Could we pull back and get a bigger consolidation? It's completely possible. COPX up 0.82, it's holding on, lots of support through here. Iron ore up 0.1, I think this is going to go higher. This is a bullish engulfing yesterday. Looks good to go up, 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 up. And what you get is you get a smaller decline in selling pressure. And then eventually it works its way on up. That's what the squeeze is. You run out of sellers, and the buyers overtake and run the show. Aluminum down 1.4. Looks like this one's doing a little bit larger of a pullback here in the short term. We've got nickel sideways. That was coming up off its double bottom here. Still looks okay. Mu up 0.16. Still stuck in this area here, but again, I think this is a bullish formation. Think of it like that, maybe. We've got emerging markets up a little bit. Dollar was sideways, and emerging markets are kind of sideways. KRA down a little bit, but it's trying to turn. We'll see. Too early to tell. We've got longer downside momentum, and it's trying to do a little turn here, but sometimes those are not successful. TAN up 1.12, looking like it's trying to bottom here for a little move on up. Lithium down 0.5. I like this one. It's right on support. Looks good. REMX also flat. Looks good. Looks like it's trying to put in a nice little bottom there, some support. Baltic Dry Index is down slightly, but it's getting some resistance up here in a flag pattern. XHB up 0.31, above support, perhaps. Maybe it could put something together depending on what interest rates do. Russell's flat. Again, momentum's down. Not a big candlestick today. S&P, it's up, but we got to see follow through here, guys. Otherwise, it could roll over. We're underneath resistance. And then NASDAQ also, a lot of the times you'll come up, you'll bounce, and then you roll over into some pattern like that. So give it some time. I got to see better buying pressure than this. Otherwise, it's still bearish. SMCI is up 2.37. Again, this could be a rollover here. What happens is you come up, you go up, come up, you get some pattern, and then you roll over. So I'm not convinced. I'd be holding. I would not be buying this. Same with NVIDIA. Whenever you see these small little greens and you've fallen dramatically, that's when you got to pay attention. These are big reds all up through here. Lots of selling pressure there. Bitcoin's up 3%. We're underneath a lot of resistance. We'll see what kind of follow through we get. Ethereum's the same way. We've been cutting through, coming down, and maybe we come back up and reverse back lower. We'll see what the S&P and the NASDAQ do too. MicroStrategy's up 6%. It's still in this flag pattern. Still looks okay. It's holding on, but with the NASDAQ and the way it looks, and I don't know. And then the VIX, we pulled back 2.2%. We're right on top of this thing. This could run up and go higher, which means the S&P 500 could fall. That's what they mean by volatility. So that's what I've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website if you'd like. Special coupon code if you'd like to join. We got that midweek update that's going to be released late tonight, early tomorrow. You can look at my opinions on the market, the companies that I'm looking at. But that's all I've got for today, guys. So we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.